और हरि बोल।
जय राधा माधव, जय कुंज बिहारी। जय राधा माधव, जय कुंज बिहारी। जय गोपीजन वल्लभ, जय गिरिवरधारी, जय गिरिवरधारी। जय गोपीजन वल्लभ, जय गिरिवरधारी, जय गिरिवरधारी। जय यशोदानंदन, जय व्रजनरंजन। जय यशोदानंदन, जय व्रजनरंजन। जय यमुना तीरा वनचारी, जय कुंज बिहारी। जय जय यमुना तीरा वनचारी, जय कुंज बिहारी। जय राधा माधव जय कुंज बिहारी हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे श्री हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय। ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर श्रीमद् भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की, नामाचार्य श्री हरिदास ठाकुर की। All glories to assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to assembled devotees. All glories to Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Hare Krishna, we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3rd, Chapter 12. The chapter is entitled as Creation of Kumaras and Others. And today we are going to discuss shloka number 6. So avadhyayatah suter evam. So avadhyayatah suter evam. So abadhyatah suterevam. Pratak प्रत्याख्यातानुशासने प्रत्याख्यातानुशासने क्रोधं दुर्विषहं जातं क्रोधं दुर्विषहं जातं नियन्तुम् उपचक्रमे नियन्तुम् उपचक्रमे सो असवध्यायातः प्रत्याख्यानुशासने क्रोधं दुर्विषहं जातं नियन्तुम् उपचक्रमे सोऽवध्यातः सुतैरेवम् प्रत्याख्यातानुशासने क्रोधं दुर्विषहं जातं नियन्तुम् उपचक्रमे सुतैरेवम् प्रत्याख्यातानुशासने क्रोधं दुर्विषहं जातं नियन्तुम् उपचक्रमे सोऽवध्यातः सुतैरेवम् प्रत्याख्यातानुशासने क्रोधं दुर्विषहं जातं नियन्तुम् उपचक्रमे सोऽवध्यातः सुतैरेवम् प्रत्याख्यातानुशासने क्रोधं दुर्विषहं जातं नियन्तुम् उपचक्रमे माताजी सोऽवध्यातः सुतैरेवम् प्रत्याख्यातानुशासने क्रोधं दुर्विषहं जातं नियन्तुम् उपचक्रमे सोऽवध्यातः सुतैरेवम् प्रत्याख्यातानुशासने सोऽहं नियन्तुम् उपचक्रमे. Word to word meaning, translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki Saha hi Brahma Abadhyataha, thus being disrespected, Sutehe, by the sons, Evam, thus, Pratakhyata, refusing to obey, Anushashane, the order of their father, Krodham, anger, Durvishaham, too much to be tolerated, Jatam, thus generated, Niyantum, to control, Upachakrame, tried his best, Translation: on the refusal of the sons to obey the order of their father, there was much anger generated in the mind of Brahma, which he tried to control and not express. Purport: Brahmaji is the director in charge of the mode of passion of material nature. Therefore, it was natural for him to become angry on the refusal of his sons to obey his order. Although the Kumaras were right in such acts of refusal, Brahma, being absorbed in the mode of passion, could not check his passionate anger. He didn't express it. However, because he knew that his sons were far enlightened in spiritual advancement, and thus he should not express his anger before them. Umagyanatimirandhasya ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनो अभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपकदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्दे अहं श्रीगुरुः श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरुन् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातां सहगना रघुनाथान्वितं त्वं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगना ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितंश्च नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिन्निति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे। नमो महावदन्याय कृष्णप्रेम प्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्य नामिने गौरत्विषे नमः। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। मुखं करोति वाचालं पंगुं लंघयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुदीनतारिणं। श्रीचैतन्यईश्वरं Paramananda Madhavam. Paying obeisances to Sri Guru, Srila Prabhupada, all the Paramparacharyas, and the assembled Vaishnavas here, and Shri Radha Gopinath ji, that may I would be able to serve this beautiful verse here for my own purification and for the pleasure of all the Vaishnavas. Hare Krishna. So this is a very interesting, beautiful, wonderful shloka. And today is also a very auspicious day, the appearance day of Jagadish Pandit, Jagadish Pandit Avirbhav Divas. So we seek prayers and blessings from Jagadish Pandit ji. Before we start discussing on this shloka, there is a beautiful mention of Jagadish Pandit in Chaitanya Charitamrita, that how he is one of the associates of Nityanand Prabhu. And there is a beautiful shloka in Chaitanya Charitamrita. So let's recite this shloka so that we may seek blessings from Jagadish Pandit. Jagadish Pandit hoye jagat pavan. Jagadish Pandit hoye jagat pavan. Krishna Premamrita Varse Yena Varshaghan. Krishna Premamrita Varse Yena Varshaghan. Jagadish Pandit Hoya Jagat Pavan. Krishna Premamrita Varse Yena Varshaghan. So here it's a very interesting, beautiful shloka. Here it tells how Jagadish Pandit ji is the 15th branch of Lord Nityananda's follower and was the deliverer of the entire world. Devotional love of Krishna showered from him like torrent of rain, just like Varsha, the cloud pours so much rain. Similarly, Krishna Prema Amrita Varshe, from Jagadish Pandit, devotional love of Krishna is to sour. That's the power of Vaisnavas, that's the power of our Parampara Acharyas, and we are blessed to have today his appearance day. Little bit we will discuss from the purport. Srila Prabhupada beautifully writes in the purport here, and Srila Prabhupada directly quotes from Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. He tells, I would like to read directly. Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur writes in his Anubhasya, description of Jagadish Pandit are available from the Chaitanya Bhagavat Adi Khanda, chapter 6, and the Chaitanya Charitamrita Adi Leela, chapter 14. He belonged from the village of Yashoda Gram in the district of Nadia, near Chakda railway station. His father, the son of Bhatta Narayan, was named Kamalaksha. Both his father and mother were great devotees of Lord Vishnu. And after their death, Jagadish and his wife Dukhini and brother Mahesha left his birthplace and came to Sri Mayapur to live in the company of Jagannath Mishra and other Vaishnavas. Lord Chaitanya asked Jagadish to go to Jagannath Puri to preach the Harinam Sankirtan movement. After returning from Jagannath Puri, on the order of Lord Jagannath, he established the deities of Jagannath in the village of Yashoda Gram. It is said that when Jagadish Pandit brought the deity of Jagannath to Yashoda Gram, he tied the heavy deity to a stick and thus brought him to the village. The priest of the temple still show the stick used by Jagadish Pandit to carry the Jagannath deities. So this is directly from the purport, and Srila Prabhupada directly quotes from Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, quote unquote directly. So before starting this shloka, we have heard that famous pastime when Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he was a Bala, when he was doing his Bal Leela. So one day he starts crying. And while crying, he says, I want that feast which is there in the home of Hiranyaksha and Jagadish Pandit. So this story depicts that how Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in his earlier childhood days, he was recognizing who is Jagadish Pandit and Hiranya Pandit. It is mentioned that they are the Brahman Patnis, the Yagik Patnis. So these are the exalted personalities who are in different roles of Chaitanya Charitamrita. They are giving us their kind association. So, seeking blessings from Jagadish Pandit, today we will start our shloka. So, this beautiful section of Srimad Bhagavatam tells how, as we know, Brahmaji is instructed by the Lord to create, and in our earlier shlokas we saw how Brahmaji first by his tapasya, after the blessings, he creates first the agyanas, the element of agyanas, and then he produces the four kumaras, earlier shlokas. And these four kumaras, the purpose for which they are brought in this world was to create that, okay, generate the population. But they refuse. They say, thank you very much, but I want to render the service of being Vasudev Parayan. Yesterday, beautifully, Sri Chaitanya Charan Prabhuji explained that how there are two kinds of duties, the higher duty and the little bit relative duty. And for the higher duty, the relative duty can be said no. And that's what, so for the four Kumaras, they told that I am going to perform the higher duty. And what is the higher duty? The higher duty is we are a spirit soul, and our existence here is for the pleasure of the Lord. So completely dedicating oneself, one's mind, one's body, and one's complete existence for the pleasure of the Lord. So this is the higher duty, and for which the four Kumaras tell that we will no longer want to be in this world like a family man and increase the population and other things. And we want to just dedicate our life. So in this particular shloka, the reaction is being shown. What is the effect when this response comes from the first children? The father is getting the first response from his children. And the first response is no, I don't want to obey. Can you imagine? In this world, some father, as soon as he says and he gets the response no from the son, automatically the father will become angry. What to tell about here? The personality is none other than Brahmaji. Brahmaji, the first created being from Lord Vishnu, he has directly come from the navel of Lord Vishnu. And the reaction which he is getting is also no. Sometimes we get surprised. Why? When I am giving some order, something, the other person is telling no, or our son is refusing our order. This world is showing what is the response. Brahmaji got the first response, and that is no. I don't want. However, this shloka beautifully tells how to react in this kind of situation. So today, we are going to discuss this entire shloka in these four sections. The first is how the guna or the modes affect. That's what Prabhupada writes in the purport. Brahma is the director in charge of mode of passion of material nature. So the world where we are living, it may look like that this person is doing like this person is doing like this person is doing like this. But in reality, it's actually the gunas which are playing their beautiful roles. It is the gunas, it is the strings which are making the entire show. Now, it depends on us to which string we want to connect. So Brahmaji is the director of mode of passion, the string of mode of passion. So here Srila Prabhupada is telling, therefore it was natural for him. He is the person who is directly connected with the string of passion. So the effect of passion is very natural. He will have the effect of passion. And Gita so beautifully tells the effect of goodness, the effect of passion, the effect of ignorance. So the first point which we want to discuss in very short is, we have only one choice in this world. And the choice is which string we want to connect. If we will connect with mode of goodness, we will see its effect. If we will connect to mode of passion, we will see its effect. And if we will connect or attach ourselves to mode of ignorance, we will get its effect. Gita beautifully tells, if we will attach to mode of goodness, the effect will be illumination. The effect will be knowledge. We will be knowing what is right, what is wrong, what is of value, what is of not value, what will be the effect of this, what will be the effect of this. Very clear. Just like in a room, when there is light, it is very clearly evident where is what and what is for which purpose. It's very clearly seen. So when we attach with mode of goodness, the result will be illumination, and we know the purpose of things. Mode of passion, Raja, is when we attach with passion, the result will be hankering. The result will be, we will be very much greedy. I want more, I want this, I want this. And here that is what Brahmaji, because he is in charge of passion, he is the director of mode of passion, director or in charge of mode of passion, we can see the effect. He wants this thing should be done. Controllership. And when it is being refused, it's natural, the effect is anger. So, if we are attaching with mode of goodness, the effect will be illumination, knowledge, peace, happiness. If we are attaching with mode of passion, the result will be this kind of frustration or this kind of anger. And similarly, if we will attach with mode of ignorance, the result will be sleep, inaction, and different kind of all those effect of laziness and other things like that, as Bhagavad Gita tells. So this particular shloka very beautifully tells even greatest of personalities like Brahmaji. From Brahmaji to all of us, we cannot say that the modes are not acting. The modes are acting. Now it's our choice to get affected by the modes or to which mode we are connecting to. And that's why when we are coming in this kind of satsang, when we are sitting here and discussing the Srimad Bhagavatam, one of the core purposes is to make ourselves aware where to connect, which mode to connect. And Srimad Bhagavatam and this kind of literature tells us to connect to Shuddha Sattva. And if we are not able to connect to Shuddha Sattva, at least to Satogun. Satogun is like the platform in which if we will let the aeroplane run for a long period of time, then the aeroplane can move towards Shuddha Sattva. So this is the first thing, how guna is ruling this world. Actually, the gunas are the kings of this world. We are simply puppets. We are simply like, in one way, only choice or only we have the option which guna we are connecting or associating with, and then the gunas will do its reaction. And that's why this particular shloka is of very much practical utility in our lives. We become very much affected when someone react in certain ways, when someone says in something, and we are not expecting that response will come. So this particular shloka tells that just like a person is haunted by a ghost, Is it that person is speaking or the ghost is speaking? Naturally, it's the ghost which is speaking. So in this world, we become very much judgmental that this person is like this person is like this person is like this. However, in reality, it is the mode of passion or mode of ignorance or mode of goodness has haunted, or because this person has taken shelter of that particular mode, this person is behaving in such a way in this scenario. So how such beautiful insight we can take from this shloka in our relationships. Many times, we see certain kind of reaction, immediately we judge or label the person, he is like this or he is like that, or she is like this or she is like that. But in reality, at that particular moment, that person may be affected by this particular mode, and due to that, this particular response is coming. So we see in Srimad Bhagavatam how here Brahmaji is affected by mode of passion. Similarly, there are many examples in Bhagavatam. Another example is Daksha. How Daksha was also very much affected by mode of passion. Similar case, here Brahmaji is finding that his sons has not obeyed him. Similarly, Daksha also had the similar thought that Lord Shiva is not obeying him. He is not respecting him. And that's one of the key words Srila Prabhupada writes here. The word here, pratakhyata, refusing to obey. This is one of the key words here, and our acharyas also tell, this particular word, not obeying, is creating anger in the heart of Brahmaji. Similarly, Daksha also, he became angry that why, Lord Shiva is not giving me respect. So, in this world where we are living, it's a reality. The reality is all of us, we have become Bahirmukha. When we have not respected the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is we are His part and parcel. We are His Ahimsa, Jiver Swarup Hoye Krishner Nitya Das. So, that personality who is there with us always in our heart as Paramatma, one who has never left us, we have left Him. So when we can leave Him, how can we expect that in this material world everyone will obey us? That Supreme Personality of Godhead who is Anand Ghan, who is supremely most dear to all the living entities, who is considered as Suhrit, who says himself that I am the best well-wishing friend of everyone. We have become Vimukh from Him, so we must appreciate or not appreciate, accept the fact that if someone is Bahirmukh towards us, if someone disobeys us, it's not surprise or it's not something miraculous has happened that someone is disobeying. We have disobeyed the order of the Supreme Lord. We have disobeyed the Supreme Lord. And for that, the Lord is coming again and again in this world, just to make this Bahirmukha Jeev again to become Sanmukha. And for that, what not the Lord is doing, so that the Bahirmukha Jeev again could become Sanmukha. This scripture, Vaisnavas, and all different leelas the Lord is doing just for one purpose, so that Bahirmukha Jeev could become Antarmukha again or Sanmukha again. So when we see in our lives that what we say is not obeyed or someone is not accepting, we must think it is quite natural. It's not something that it should have happened, that person should have obeyed. And it is maybe due to the different modes that person is right now. And it may be due to in some mode I am, because of which I am expecting that this person is not behaving in that way. Rather than thinking that he or she is in that mode, we can reflect, it is maybe I am in this particular mode because of which I am expecting that this person is not behaving in such a way. So this is the first section of how the guna is ruling the world, and it is the guna, the connection, the string with which we will be connecting ourselves to, that kind of response we will see, and that kind of response we will feel in ourselves also. So this is G, guna response. The another part in this purport is how Brahmaji understood you for understanding. Brahmaji understood the a spiritual elevation of four Kumaras. Here beautifully Srila Prabhupada writes here that Brahmaji, although Kumaras were right in such acts of refusal, and here Srila Prabhupada writes, because he knew that his sons were far enlightened in a spiritual advancement, and thus he should not express his anger before him. So the second thing is understanding the spiritual elevation. So this very interesting thing, exactly we can see in the pastime of Daksha and Brahmaji. Here Brahmaji, though he is in mode of passion, he understood that these sons of mine, they are spiritually very, very far elevated. Whereas Daksha, even though very expert, very powerful, however, he couldn't recognize the spiritual status of Lord Shiva. Who is Lord Shiva? How spiritually elevated he is. He couldn't recognize this fact. So, this second point of our discussion is understanding the spiritual elevation or the spiritual position of the devotee in front of us or whoever we are interacting. This is one of the highlight of Vaishnavism. How Vaishnavism and Mayavad or the other philosophies, one of the classic difference is in Mayavad or in everything is one. In that philosophy, they take shelter of Guru, and they take shelter of Guru like the ladder. And once they reach to that particular place, they threw that ladder. They just discard the ladder. Telling the fact or showing the fact that we don't value this ladder because of which I have reached here. However, in a Vaishnava line, in this particular parampara, we have one of the finest thing to understand is Lord Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He is in the heart of everyone, and how this Supreme Personality of Godhead, he himself, when he comes as Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he gives respect to all the Vaishnavas. He gives so much respect to all the Vaishnavas. And in our nectar of instruction, it is so beautifully explained that how we should respect Vaishnavas of different orders, Kanistha, Madhyama and Uttama accordingly. And that is what we pray to Guru also. In this beautiful bhajan, what we pray to Gurudev? Gurudev, Kripa Bindu Diya, Kurui Dase, Trinapekha Atihina, Sakala Sahane, Baladiya Koro, Nijamana Sprihahina, Sakale Samman, Korite Sakati, Dehonatha Jatha Jatha. Sakale Samman. May I would be able to give respect to everyone. Sakale Samman. Korite Sakati, Dehonatha Jatha Jatha. Yatha Yatha means according to their respected position, may I would be able to give respect. So this is what is being prayed to spiritual master or guru, that may we be able to give proper appropriate respect to all the Vaishnavas. And this is what Brahmaji knew, that these personalities, though they are my sons, but these are very, very exalted personalities. Spiritually, we are very elevated personalities. So understanding the spiritual elevation in this world where we are living, it is quite obvious that we may go in the zone of Mayavadis or everything is one. Okay, we have become devotees now. So okay, we have become one. One in the sense we have become devotees now. But in devotees also, here are our senior respected elders. Here are our equals. Here are those who are coming. And that's why Srimad Bhagavatam so beautifully in our literature style, we have to have prem, maitri, kripa, upeksha. How we should deal with all these different Vaishnavas or different devotees in different ways. So you understanding the spiritual elevation which Brahmaji beautifully did, which Daksha couldn't do. Daksha couldn't understand the exalted nature of Lord Shiva. The question arises how this quality comes, that how we can properly understand the spiritual position of different devotees. It requires mercy and blessings of Guru. And that's why in this prayer, the author or the singer is requesting Guru that please give me the ability by which I can properly respect different devotees according to their different level. So this understanding comes from Guru, and because Brahmaji has pleased his Guru is the Lord himself, and because the Lord has given him the instruction, and because of that, because he's following that instruction beautifully, in this particular scenario, he is able to understand what is the right thing. Whereas Daksha, though he is managerially doing his duty, in his heart, he is not having respect towards his Guru. Prajapati is not having respect to Brahmaji also. Because he considered, because of Brahmaji, I let my daughter married to Shiva. Because he has negativity towards his Guru, towards Brahmaji, and that's why he couldn't understand the nature of Lord Shiva. So that's how, when we please our Guru Parampara, senior devotees, and we get their blessings, then this ability comes to understand different Vaishnavas, and we are able to give right respect to them. So that's how here Brahmaji is able to give, though he is internally affected by passion, but he understands very clearly that no, these are very, very exalted personalities. I cannot react to them. So this is you. First is how guna affects, and then you is understanding the spiritual position. And then third section is not responding with the anger. Though Brahmaji is angry, Brahmaji is not responding in that anger. This is the third part. Here, Srila Prabhupada writes in the purport, and thus he should not express his anger before them. So N is not expressing the anger or not expressing whatever is going in our heart immediately, instantaneously. That is what Brahmaji is showing here. So now, this particular section also we will just discuss for 2-3 minutes, how in this world we immediately respond. As soon as something comes to us, we immediately respond back by our words, by our actions, or by our different whatever is in our capacity. But here Brahmaji didn't immediately respond. He controlled his words. And that's why one of the instructions in NOI is Vacho Vegam. The first instruction is control the tongue. Because in scenarios where we see something is not very conducive to us, we are disrespected, immediately, as soon as our anger touches our head, the first thing is impacted is our tongue. The bell of the tongue immediately starts to ring in the effect of anger, wants to tell how I am affected, and we want to present some Shubhashitani, But here Brahmaji knew, no, these are very, very exalted personalities, I must control the tongue. So Brahmaji, by being the Guru here, teaching to all of us how control of tongue and control of action is the must, and which Daksha couldn't do. Immediately, as soon as he became angry, immediately he started speaking so much offenses towards Lord Shiva. And that became very powerful, very powerful. Just like the seed or little bit ice which comes from a mountain peak starts to become bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, and as it comes down, it destroys the whole village. Similarly, the anger, when it comes as word, and the word towards a Vaishnava in an offensive way is the beginning of destruction of our spiritual life. So that's what we can see in the pastime of Daksha, whereas Brahmaji could check that anger beautifully. So now, question arises, How we can do this? It's not so easy. It's a fact. When we are hurt, when some words of, disrespect comes in our life, our ego gets tempted, affected. It's not so easy. And that's why our scriptures very much tell that it requires sadhana. Why we are coming every day and chanting the holy name of the Lord? Why we are coming and we are told that we should associate with devotees? Because the more we are in touch with the supreme pure, the Lord's holy name, the Lord's pastime, the Lord's guna, lila, all this affects us accordingly. Just like if we enter into the realm of a very beautiful fragrance, that fragrance is going to affect us. So similarly, the more we are attentive in our sadhana, the more we are taking shelter of the holy name, the more we are taking shelter of Vaishnava association, the more this vibration will protect us in this kind of tempting situation. When we are eager to utter some subhashitani, some words, this sadhana and Vaishnava's blessings may help us to control our tongue. So that's what, in a beautiful bhajan, it tells that, Oye Vaishnava Thakur, Dayar Sagar, Eda se karuna kori, Diya pad chhaya, Sodhoe amar, Tomar charan dhari, Chaya vegadami, Chaya dosha shodhi, Chaya guna deho dase, Chaya satasanga, deho he amare, Basechi sangera ase. This is what we get and this is what we beg in Vaishnava association. And in this, the first thing is the 6 Vegas. Let the 6 Vegas could be controlled. So it's not, we have to have faith that in Vaishnava's association, by the grace of Vaishnavas, by the association of devotees, these Vegas could be controlled. By their blessings, these Vegas could be controlled, and we can control our tongue in the tempting situation where we are very much eager to speak something. And that's why this bhajan tells us that these are the prayers which we can request or we can offer to the Vaishnavas to get strength in this kind of scenario, in this kind of situations. So we saw how guna affects, and then we saw how Brahmaji is understanding the spiritual elevation of 4 Kumaras, and then we saw how Brahmaji, knowing this very well, he not responded back, he controlled himself. And finally, the last section of our discussion is A of guna, and that is A is accepting advancement of bhakti or bhakti as more important than authority. Accepting or acknowledging the advancement of bhakti as more important in our life than our authority. Many times I may be in an authoritative position, but I must understand and appreciate the fact that bhakti is more important than just having the authority. Externally speaking, authority is managerial in nature. Brahmaji is like managerially, he is the head of this particular place, entire Brahmanda. He is the first being. But Brahmaji is acknowledging the fact of advancement of the 4 Kumaras. So because in association of devotees we stay, it is quite obvious, quite natural that we may be given certain kind of position, certain kind of different authority posts and other thing. But in this, we have to be very careful that we must acknowledge the advancement of other devotees and also their bhakti element. And if we are taking care of this, we may be able to protect ourselves from offenses which may happen directly, knowingly or unknowingly. So these are the 4 things which just comes clearly from this purport. The G for guna, how guna affects, it brings out certain kind of associated reactions. If we will connect with Satoguna, that kind of reaction we'll get. If we'll connect with Rajoguna, we'll get that reaction. If we'll connect to Tamoguna, we'll get that reaction. Then U is understanding, a spiritual elevation of the personalities, and N is not reacting immediately, and A is acknowledging the fact of advancement of bhakti over authority. So these are the four things which comes in this purport, and I seek blessings from all of you that I may be able to apply this in our lives. And in this we saw how by the blessings of Guru we can control, we can give right respect to all the devotees, and by the blessings of Vaishnavas, by their blessings we will be able to protect our Vegas, or we can control our Vegas in different kind of scenario. So with this we conclude our discussion. And also today is the last day of this particular year. So also one reflection on year end. Just like we complete any devotional service, whether it is Aarti or whether it is dressing or whether it is any service, we can conclude with Aparad Sahasrani Kriyante. That knowingly, unknowingly, many aparad might have happened. So my Lord, please forgive me. Please, may I continue to be in your shelter. So similarly, this year is ending. So this year ending could give us a reflection that how, oh my dear Lord, in this year, directly, knowingly, unknowingly, I might have done aparadhas to some devotees, or knowingly, unknowingly, I might have displeased someone. So may kindly forgive me and give me the strength so that in next year, the upcoming year, I may protect myself from this. This year also, the year end is also a reflection of taking care of our all different things which we have done, noting down what good opportunities we have got. Every day comes with an opportunity, and we might have missed opportunities. So may this year end revises us that these are beautiful opportunities we missed. We missed the opportunity to serve Vaishnavas. We missed the opportunity to please devotees and please different devotees and people. So we can have that reflection also, that may in new year we may not miss that kind of opportunity. Similarly, this year end is also a reflection that how time is passing like this, how this 1 year just passed like one snap of a moment. Similarly, next year also is coming from tomorrow, it will also pass like that. So let us utilize this time so wisely, so beautifully. And the best utilization is possible when we are keeping ourselves in the mood of servant of the servant of the servant in the Vaishnava Sangha. Because in that Sangha, in this mood, we receive blessings. And what bigger dhana, what bigger wealth we can have in our life compared to the blessings of Vaishnavas. All other dhana, people will plan that, okay, in this year, may I grow like this, millions and billions and trillions. But what that dhana will have, the impact will be just till this body remains. However, the blessings dhana, the dhana of blessings of Vaishnavas, blessings of the Lord, that dhana is going to remain with us forever. And in that dhana, the potency of that dhana is we will consider our life to be successful. So with this reflection, let's pray that may this year end bring us an auspicious remembrance of the Lord, an auspicious remembrance of may I would not leave other opportunities which may we get in the next year, and may in the next year we bring more and more fortune in our lives by receiving blessings from Vaishnavas, blessings from the Lord, and blessings in all situations. With this, thank you very, very much. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai.